Hi, I'm Dave Karger. Welcome back to TCM and our countdown to Christmas Day. In keeping with the spirit of the holiday season, we'll be filling our programming with festive favorites right up through December 25th, as well as some essential Yuletide offerings that maybe aren't so festive. The film that's up next doesn't exactly represent a picture perfect idealized Christmas. It's more about Christmas as it actually is, sometimes joyful and sometimes melancholy. From United Artists in 1960, starring Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine, it's The Apartment. Directed by Billy Wilder, with a screenplay co-written by Wilder and IAL Izzy Diamond, the story takes place during the holiday season in New York City and revolves around Jack Lemmon's character, C.C. Baxter. He's a good-natured but timid clerk who works at a big insurance company and endears himself to his bosses by loaning out his apartment for their extramarital affairs. Secretly, Baxter longs to have a romance of his own with the company's lovable elevator operator, played by Shirley MacLaine. The Apartment was a daring film for its time, portraying corporate executives as unethical and dealing frankly with the subject of marital infidelity. But with Billy Wilder at the helm, the film turned out to be a masterpiece. Jack Lemmon said that he, quote, always felt that Billy Wilder grew a rose in a garbage pail with this one. The movie became one of Wilder's biggest hits, and it earned 10 Academy Award nominations, winning 5, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Screenplay, which all went to Billy Wilder. He shared the writing Oscar with Izzy Diamond. Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine were also nominated for their performances, and Jack Kruschen earned a nomination for his supporting role as Lemmon's concerned neighbor. From 1960, also starring Fred MacMurray, this is The Apartment. Originally, Billy Wilder and his screenwriting partner, IAL Diamond, wrote the character of Mr. Sheldrake with another actor in mind, Paul Douglas. But shortly before production on The Apartment began, Douglas died of a heart attack. To replace him in the role, Wilder turned to an actor he had worked with 16 years earlier on Double Indemnity, Fred MacMurray. MacMurray was quick to say yes, having scored one of his biggest hits in that earlier Wilder film, which MacMurray always ranked as one of his personal favorites. But this time around, his performance as the adulterous Mr. Sheldrake offended his fans, who seemed to have forgotten that he had played a murderer in Double Indemnity. Audiences hated seeing the likable Fred MacMurray in such a detestable role, and the negative fan mail poured in. For the rest of his career, MacMurray stuck to lighter characters. His next movie was the 1961 Disney comedy The Absent-Minded Professor, and a few months after The Apartment premiered, he made his debut as Stephen Douglas on the hit TV sitcom My Three Sons. Up next, Fred MacMurray returns in an earlier light-hearted role opposite his Double Indemnity co-star, Barbara Stanwyck. It's a film they made a few years earlier, set during the Christmas holidays, and directed by Mitchell Leisen.
Next on TCM, Remember the Night. Then We're No Angels. And later, Lady in the Lake. Drown your sorrows in TCM Tonight.